And we warned you that the closer we got to the election, the more shenanigans we would see with these big tech social media companies. And here we go. I did a video this morning at 10 a.m. as per usual, and many people started complaining that I didn't do a video. What actually happened is that YouTube suppressed the video by shadow banning it. And I can confirm this. This is a tweet I put out. I said, this is crazy. I did a video about people defying the lockdown and flooding beaches, and the video doesn't show up on my channel. I even said in the video YouTube would likely ban it, and I've been repeatedly saying, come on, YouTube, this is the law. Are you going to be on the side of these governors breaking the law like they're doing in Michigan? The Supreme Court in Wisconsin already ruled. The first photo I'm going to show you is what I would see. The second photo is what other people see. They shadow banned my video. These screenshots were taken only seconds apart. When I log in, you can see here, customized channel, YouTube. This is what I see on my channel. And right here in the bottom left, thousands flood beaches in defiance of lockdown. What do you think the average person sees if they come to my YouTube channel? They see this. It's not there. The last video I uploaded 16 hours ago, U.S. war games predict the U.S. will lose in China. Check that video out too if you haven't. I got a bunch of videos that are up. Strangely though, the video from this morning did not appear. And in this tweet, where I tweeted it, a bunch of people are showing the exact same thing. Some people got the notification. The video did not appear. Why? Why is it that so many people are saying, I see the shadow banning too? Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction or make some assumptions here. I did a video about thousands of people ignoring the lockdown orders, which are unconstitutional. In Virginia, they flooded to the beaches, even though the beaches were closed. In New York and New Jersey, much the same. Now, New Jersey is opening up their beaches. The people there were just flouting the social distancing rules, of which I very much support in the video. Outdoors is probably better for us. But I knew it. I knew that bringing up the people would not be oppressed, defying these decrees. I knew it was coming. What we've got going on right now as it pertains to COVID is fake news media. And as we get into the bigger, more, as we move through the election cycle, as I've predicted, as many others have predicted, you can expect to see channels like mine banned. I don't know how long this will last. So I'll tell you what, in the description below is the link to the video about the lockdowns, about people defying the orders. And I straight up say in the beginning of the video, as far as I can tell, lockdown is over. They might even suppress this video, which is why I always ask in my main segments, share this video. It's the best way to get around this algorithmic manipulation. There's nothing I can do. The video didn't show up on my channel. Those who can see it have the ability to share it to make sure it gets out, but they'll never reach those who don't. There are people who regularly watch my content who are just saying, Tim didn't put up a video. Some people were like, I thought you maybe got sick again today. No, the video is up. Take a look at this story from the National Review. Our Nevermind media. They say media observers are today noticing how strange it is for reporters to juxtapose panic about Florida, where the virus has done relatively little damage, with robust defense of New York, the coronavirus death capital of the Western world. This is why I think they shadow ban me. It's why I think they shadow ban other people. Now, the video I did has a decent amount of views, but it's got like half or less than half of what it should have. They can't outright just ban it because I didn't break any rules. There's no violations of the terms of service. The video's fully monetized, but this is why many people are getting purged from the partner program, meaning their businesses go up. It's a lot harder for them to do to me because I've got, nearly 500,000 followers. I have a lot of subscribers. Smaller channels are not so lucky. Many channels with 100, 200,000 subs that have broken no rules have been purged from the partner program. We've seen people like Luke Rudkowski, Ariel Scarcella, purged from the partner program. They can no longer make money off their videos through YouTube's ad revenue, even though they were confirmed, approved, monetized. YouTube, in my opinion, we definitely see their political bias. We see what they're aiming for. We've seen the leaked videos published by The Verge, no less, showing Google employees crying over Trump winning and saying, we're going to do stuff about this. Now, here we are. In this story, I highlight specifically. This is why they can't have channels like mine. I'm very careful. I use NewsGuard. Take a look at this. You see this green check mark up at the top? I make sure all of the sources I use are certified by a third-party rating agency. I am very, very careful about the content I produce. And it's bad. It's bad news for the Democrats. Why? Well, I rag on them all day, and I'm going to again later. They need to win this fight. They want these authoritarian rules. They want violations of our civil rights. Not all of them, but whoever these people are, they certainly want it. And that's their path to getting it. I challenge that. And I challenge it using mainstream sources. So they can't just delete me. They'll eventually do it, I bet. Eventually. In this story, they bring up a really good point. This is why I bring it up. Andrew Cuomo has done a horrible job in New York. Okay, look, I don't blame him. For the most part, I blame China. But he gets a little bit. Early on, Bill de Blasio, who was also late to the party, wanted to lock down New York City. Cuomo said, get real, Bill. No. Now they're the COVID death capital of the world. I mean, it's a horrifying story. Florida isn't. So why is the media attacking Florida? Why did the media attack South Dakota? One of the other reasons I think that video got shadow banned was that South Dakota never locked down. They are still not experiencing any kind of explosion in COVID cases. In fact, they are on the downswing. Recoveries are going up, infections are going down, and they are testing. So here's what I'll say. In the description below is the link to the video they shadow banned. If you would be so inclined and you want to support my work, please consider sharing that video after you watch this or whatever, because if you just click away from, I've got a lot more to talk about. I'll put it that way. But after you're done watching this, in the description, I have a link to the other video. Check that out too. Share it if you can, and share this video if you can. Because, well, you know what, man? The media lies. It's what they do. And I've got some scary stuff to show you right now about what's coming. I've got several stories. It's not left. It's not right. It's everyone. The news will be fake. And big tech is playing that game too. There's absolutely no reason for them to censor me talking about what people are already doing. I'm not encouraging anything or advocating for anything, but they don't like it. They don't like the spreading of information, which could give people silly ideas about freedom. Take a look at this tweet. Or let me read a little bit more. They say, this week, after Politico Florida correspondent Mark Caputo noted that the long-predicted mass outbreak of coronavirus in his state still hasn't happened. 3 full months have passed since the first dire warnings about spring breakers partying in the beaches. Daily Beast Washington correspondent and CNN analyst Jackie Kucinich threw the yellow flag. She tweeted, so given how much everyone is suffering everywhere, grieving loved ones, job losses, even the simple things like hugging your friends, I fail to see how this snarky nonsense from Mark Caputo, who I think is an awesome reporter, is helpful. Who writes, Florida just doesn't look nearly as bad as the national news media, and sky is falling critics have been predicting for about 2 months now. But then the national news media is mostly based in New York and loves to love its Democratic governor, Andrew Cuomo, about as much as it loves to hate Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. And there it is. New York-based media. They are looking around them and seeing chaos. And it's it's China's fault, but Cuomo takes the blame for running things as of right now. Yet for some reason, Cuomo's approval rating is very high. And the media in their New York bubble thinks New York is the world. And because they keep running these nonsensical stories, politicians follow suit thinking that's reality. You then look at this entire country where we are not seeing what they predicted was going to happen. And many people argue, well, it's because the lockdowns worked. No, the new data suggests it doesn't. It suggests those who are staying home are actually more likely to get sick. 66% of new cases. It's at least one study. Maybe the data's off. Social distancing worked. I noted that in the other video. But these people are blind. And the big tech companies are also blind because they're in the same places reading this bubble world news. We don't live in New York, man. Around me, I don't notice anything. People are, other than the businesses being closed. But and I'm in South Jersey. But there are a lot of places where nothing is happening. There are a lot of places where the dire warnings were wrong. And here we can see even mainstream journalists reporting Florida is not that bad. Well, listen, you understand what's going on with the partisan nature of the coronavirus lockdown, Trump advocating for reopening. This is why I think I will get shadow banned. They don't want Trump to win. I don't want to act like there's a grand conspiracy or anything, but I think there's a tendency and a bias. Now, there's perhaps a conspiracy for sure. I just don't have evidence to suggest that. What I think happens is that, as I stated with how this news is being framed, someone at YouTube sees my video and goes, oh, I don't know about that one, and hits the shadow ban button. Oh, I don't know about this. People can't. Ooh, lockdown being broken. Oof, that's not good. Check this out. This is a story from last year. I believe it's from last year. Yes, July 30th. Local media falls victim to partisan politics. Axios reported this, talking about political groups on both sides throwing money and propping up local partisan websites. I hope you are ready for the psychosis that is to come. Listen, the world we live in, the internet world, it's still really young. Barack Obama, 2008, used Facebook, not very well. 2012 was the Twitter presidency. 2016, Donald Trump used social media, Cambridge Analytica, etc. Now the evolution is underway. We are getting into full swing digital manipulation. This is why BuzzFeed, for instance, hates the fact that you can share my videos. I kid you not. A BuzzFeed reporter that likes to write about the far right was angry that people are taking YouTube videos and sharing them on Facebook. I mean, that's what they did 12 years ago. And he's mad they're doing it now. What is he requesting? What does BuzzFeed want? To just ban all user-generated content, all independent video? Apparently so. That's what they're aiming for. I don't know what YouTube is going to do once they lose all of their creators and their bigger channels. Maybe they just want to be Hulu, get rid of everybody except for the approved, 50 accounts or whatever. Fine, I guess. Take a look at this story. Hiding in plain sight. PAC-connected activists set up local news outlets. Star News Digital Inc. may look like a media company that produces local news, but a Snopes investigation reveals deep, undisclosed connections to political activism. But you're going to love this. Bear with me on this one. Wait till you see the next story I show you. They say, editor's note, some stories practically write themselves. The details simple and clear. This investigation, spurred by a reader's tip, was no such story. In collaboration with reporter Bethania Palma and operations staffers Vinnie Green and Chris Riley, lead reporter Alex Kasprek spent weeks untangling the reality behind a group of entities posing as newspapers in key battleground states going into the 2020 elections. Even if you're jaded by the torrent of daily headlines, including Russia meddling in the 2020 election process, you will want to spend some time with this story. Please let us know what you think, blah, blah, blah. What do they basically say? Well, this is mostly about conservatives. Conservative political... Well, let me read it for you. They say, a Snopes investigation reveals in detail how these activists... Well, I'm sorry, let's start from the beginning. On February 6th, a website of uncertain origin named the Tennessee Star was born. At the time, it was unclear who funded funded or operated this local newspaper, which was largely filled with freely licensed content from organizations tied to conservative megadonors. After some prodding by Politico in early 2018, the Tennessee Star revealed its primary architects to be 3 Tea Party-connected conservative activists. I'm not going to read out their names. I don't care too much about this. That's right. They found that these conservative-tied organizations, oh man, were putting out fake local news outlets. Why? Probably for propaganda reasons. You're going to love it. Just wait for it. I got more. Across the political spectrum, according to a 2017 Pew Research Center study, local news is considered more trustworthy. While Star News Digital Media does have actual ties to Tennessee politics, the company's incursion into Ohio and Minnesota may be more about the appearance of being local. They don't always nail it either. For instance, the Minnesota Sun website, when we first began reporting the story, displayed a local weather bar on its homepage. Its default location was Columbus, Ohio, likely because it's an incompletely altered clone of the Ohio Star website. The Ohio Star website, purportedly local to the state of Ohio, reproduced a letter to the editor titled, "If you want to change state politics, then support Bill Lee for governor." Bill Lee is the governor of Tennessee. In an August 2018 press release, the Ohio Star announced the formation of the new multi-region company, Star News Digital Media, listing 3 people who have either described themselves as conservative activists or have been described that way by their peers and founders. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. The first thing, this is a very, very poor attempt at producing fake local news. It was dug into, they found it out, they called it out. And they point out the ties to conservatives. But it sounds like if they put up this website that was a clone of another website that looked really bad, that had the wrong location and a letter about another state's governor, they weren't doing too good of a job of it. Nonetheless, this is shady business, and I am completely 100% opposed to that shady business, especially when it comes from, well, the left. What's funny is, while Snopes drags with this investigation, the conservatives tied to this group, the left touts and supports and praises when the left does it. This is how you can see the bias in the media. Aside from the fact that my content is shadow banned, my videos get removed. Take a look at this from November. Bloomberg Business Week. The left's plan to slip vote-swaying news into Facebook feeds. Democratic strategist Tara McGowan's Courier newsroom is out to counter the right-wing echo chamber with a dose of hyper-targeted hometown news. This is dirty. Look, man, the Daily Wire dominates Facebook. But the Daily Wire tells you straight up, I mean, it's Ben Shapiro's outlet. They're all very conservative, and it's conservative opinion. This, shady dealings. Of course, I just showed you the conservatives doing the same thing. They shouldn't be doing that either. It's not all conservatives. Tara, whatever her name is, shouldn't be doing this either, but it's not all Democrats. The problem is how the media operates. You get a fact check expose. We busted these conservatives. They were trying to smear and lie. Bloomberg says, bravo, good madame. You've done a great job making fake news to convince people to vote Democrat. That is creepy. And they link to this. She has a variety of different websites. Acronym is the name of the company. And what does it say? Because Facebook's decision to allow political ads with false information has only intensified her worry. So they're justifying it. Let me see if I can find a link to one of her news outlets. They say, here, let's read. To McGowan, whose professional expertise lies in reaching voters online, the rise of misinformation coincides dangerously with another trend, the death of local news. Since 2004, more than 2,000 newspapers have shuttered, leaving millions of people without a trusted local news source. Many turn to Facebook and are inundated by conservative propaganda outlets whose stories consistently rank atop the platform's most shared material. It's funny. There's a meme. Somebody pointed this out on some forum. It may have been 4chan. They said any sufficiently free, any social media platform that supports free speech or is open becomes right wing. I wonder why that is. Think about the lies and the shadow banning. I made a video this morning where I said people have flocked to the beaches. Fact. People are defying the lockdowns. Fact. New Jersey, they're flouting social distancing. Fact. You get the point. South Dakota, no explosion in cases. Another fact. They had to suppress those facts. Otherwise, people might argue, you know what? The lockdown doesn't make sense. Is it my fault that the news is saying this? No. But if YouTube thinks I'm going to lie, well, they're wrong. And that's why I don't believe I will last very much longer on the YouTube platform. I have no idea when it'll happen, but there's been wave after wave of many channels getting banned. Meanwhile, these people are doing this. They're creating fake news. Here we go. Here's a link. The Courier newsroom. I don't even know what this is. And there's a list of sites. Dogwood, the Copper Courier, what's that? Cardinal and Pine, the Americano. All fake news. Your source for Arizona news. No. Where does this woman live? Where is she based out of? Washington, D.C. or New York or something? Do they mention where she lives? I don't know where she lives. She's certainly not local, I would imagine, to these places. How could she be local to more than one? Here's Arizona, Cardinal and Pine, North Carolina. How about this one, the Americano? Where's this one from? I don't know, Phoenix. Okay, so is this all the same? She's certainly not in North Carolina, I guess. But this is what's happening. We are going to see more of these links shared. More people are going to be making fake news and propaganda. Channels like mine will be suppressed. Independent commentary will be purged. Twitter seems to be, for the most part, doing better than anyone else. And I mean it. It's weird. Now, Twitter still has its problems, but Facebook is banning videos. YouTube is suppressing and banning videos. Twitter's allowing them. Apparently, a Twitter spokesperson said the Plandemic documentary is fine. I don't like it. I think it's bad. I don't think you should take it as fact. But Facebook and YouTube are quick to ban whatever they can. Meanwhile, we are being inundated with fake news. Look at these sites. Keep them in mind. Check this stuff out. It's only going to get worse. Seeing my video not show up today, I laughed. Hey, man, I've said time and time again, as soon as they snap my channel, they Thanos my channel out, I'm going to go down by the river and I'm just going to go fishing. And that's it. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. I'm going to wrap this up. You get the point. As we get closer to November and the desperation sinks in, this will get worse. If you like my content, please consider sharing it. The link to the other video that was suppressed is in the description. Hopefully this one doesn't get suppressed. I'll see you all at 4 p.m. on my other channel. Go to timcast.net if you haven't already. It's another channel. We'll see how long these last.